What's up, everybody? Thursday, 4:15. All set, headed home. Just wanted to check in and wanted to ask you, are you getting enough cholesterol in your diet? Yeah, I'm serious. Are you getting enough cholesterol? Because I don't know if you know this. A lot of guys ask me about the number one issue that guys are my age, 50s, 40s, are dealing with is low testosterone. And so, obviously, you guys know, unless you've been living under a rock, that we have an epidemic of men with severely low testosterone. Even in their 20s, guys are coming out with this, just severely low testosterone. And if you have low testosterone, you're tired all the time, you're not motivated, you just have you're just behind an 8 ball when it comes to your health. Because men need their testosterone to produce, build muscle, to get, have energy, to sleep well. I mean, just a number of things. And so everybody is testing, and they're getting low on testosterone. So everybody's getting on TRT, and they're asking me, this is my numbers. I'm at 300, and my blood test. Should I be on TRT? And I always tell them, first thing you want to do is you want to try all of the natural resources that you can to make sure that it's not something that you're just lacking in your diet or your lifestyle before you jump on that. And the number one thing that unbelievably, I know that people are going to be shocked about this, is not eating enough dietary cholesterol. And the reason is because testosterone and all your hormones in your body are made from cholesterol. Every cell in your body actually is surrounded by cholesterol. So cholesterol plays a huge part in your diet and in your health and in production of your entire endocrine system. And when your endocrine system, which is what makes your hormones, is bad or dysfunctional, you're going to have just all kinds of health issues. So I always tell them, you got to up your cholesterol, which goes against everything you ever heard. High cholesterol, you kidding me? I'm going to have a heart attack. I'm going to have, my arteries are going to be all blocked up. And honestly, that's not the case. Eating a lot of cholesterol in your diet is not going to give you high cholesterol. In fact, if you don't eat any cholesterol whatsoever, your liver just makes the cholesterol that you need. And what that does is it uses the other foods that you use, a lot of unprocessed food, a lot of sugar, and it creates a cholesterol. Now, people say, well, how is it that, I get high cholesterol? Well, your high cholesterol is produced from a poor diet, which is, like I said, ultra processed food, lots of real fast acting carbs, lots of bread, lots of sugary things like that. That will actually produce the bad cholesterol that you want. It's not going to be the whole food higher cholesterol. So let me tell you what I eat during the day to keep to maintain my testosterone. I eat about 6 to 12 soft-boiled eggs every day. I eat calf's liver once a week. Calf's liver is the highest nutrient-dense meat and cholesterol-rich food that you can actually eat. It is by far the best food that you can eat if you are trying to be healthy, working out and building muscle, and just worried about your longevity. So if you're not eating liver, I'm sorry, you need to start. I absolutely love the taste of liver, so it's not bad for me. But a lot of people cringe at the liver, but that's it. But eggs, like I said, eggs. And then the other two things, luckily, that I think everybody can agree on is shrimp and lobster. Those things are high in cholesterol, and I know most people love those. So if you can afford that, jump on some of that there. I haven't had shrimp or lobster in I don't even know how long, but I love them. You know what I mean? I take them. But anyway, so those are like 4 foods that are high in cholesterol, dietary cholesterol, like say, and that can really, really help get your endocrine system up and running, get your testosterone production. Now, the other thing that's going to produce testosterone that a lot of people don't realize is lifting weights. And you can look it up, Google the squat, the weighted back squat. Doing that one exercise can increase your testosterone production 76% over the next like 36 hours just by doing that one exercise. So if you lift weights continually 3 to 4 days a week, your testosterone is just naturally going to go up. The other thing that kind of kills testosterone is cortisol, which is the stress hormone from your adrenal gland that you're gonna have, and a lot of people obviously living stressed out lives. Then you wake up, your cortisol levels are high. Crack some caffeine or some Celsius. I'm totally guilty of it. I do it, and that's gonna actually harm your production of testosterone. So if you can get off of caffeine, don't look at me, but if you can, it's a good idea, and then that will in turn help you get better sleep, which actually really, really helps with your testosterone production too. A couple other things: cold plunges. They are fantastic for production of testosterone. If you've got the stones for cold plunges, go for it and do that. But take care of those things first. Get on a good diet, get clean diet. You eat a lot of red meat is higher in cholesterol. Butter, dairy. Here's the other thing I eat every day. I almost eat a container of whole fat, 4% whole fat cottage cheese. I almost eat pretty much a whole container every day. I'll eat after dinner. And I just want to tell you guys, I did this experiment this winter, and my wife, my wife's going to kill me for this, but I did this. I'm always doing experiments on myself to see how I react to different things. And I was like, well, if I eat all this fat, now in the 80s and 90s, what do they say? You eat fat, you get fat. Don't eat fat, and then you don't get fat, right? So then all of a sudden we had this explosion of low-fat foods and no-fat foods and no-fat this and no-fat that, and everybody's going for that because common sense was, if I don't eat fat, I won't be fat. Well, too bad. That's not how it works. So what I did was, I'm going to prove something. On January 1st, I was 181 pounds. I stopped doing cardio. I used to do cardio every other day. Cardio, weights. I stopped doing cardio completely and just lifted weights, and I made sure to eat as much full fat foods as I could. So whole fat milk, like I said, cottage cheese. I ate my beef liver. I had between 6 and 12 eggs a day. And then anything else, butter, I ate plenty of butter. I loaded that, lots of red meat, all that stuff. And I just lifted weights. And I did it for the past 3 months. I did it on January, February, and March. And I didn't weigh myself. I just lifted, and I waited to see what happened, because all of a sudden my pants start getting tight. Okay, I'll jump back on the machine and start doing some cardio, something like that. The pants never got tight. Just 2 days ago, I weighed myself at the gym. I'm 172 pounds. I actually lost weight doing this. So, I mean, that's 90 days of me, like I said, trying that out. Now, yes, darling, I am going to get back on the cardio. I'm going to get back on that. Summer's coming, and I know I want to do it for the old ticker. You got to do, your cardio. But I just wanted to try that out to see what would happen and eat as much whole fat foods as I could to see how my body would react over 90 days, because really that's how much you have to kind of stretch out a timeline to really see if you have any type of it has any type of a change. Like if you do start working out, don't look for any type of improvement or dramatic changes for 90 days. Hold that thought and don't do that. Some people will just say, will tell the old school bodybuilders would say, go buy a giant sweatshirt, wear that to the gym every day for 90 days, and then after that, then take it off and see. You'll see an improvement. But people are weighing themselves daily, weighing themselves weekly. It just stresses you out. Don't do that. But anyway, I hope you're getting enough cholesterol, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist or anything like that, but I I have been doing this for a while. I research everything I do, and I encourage you to Google these things and choose the right people to listen to that are out there, because you can make something true whether it is true or not on the Google machine, because everybody's got opposite viewpoints. But find some people that you really believe, some people that have real good, respectable careers and followers, and that are correct about things. And you know, if you don't believe me, that's cool too. Go ahead and live your life. You know what I'm saying? All right, I gotta go. I gotta get home. So I hope you guys have a fantastic, amazing day, and I will see you soon. Bye.